We are live. I'm waiting on you guys to get in here so we can discuss these Facebook ads. Okay. I know it's kind of like an impromptu live. I just wanted to come to you and tell you some tips. See, there we go. Tell you some tips that I use when I make my Facebook ads. I think I'll even go to my Facebook page and share with you some things that I do on my Facebook page to make sure that my ads are effective. I'm in bed because this is the only place I have that I can record. Like these kids are everywhere. So if you're a crafter and you have kids and you don't have no space to record or to do anything, let me know in the comments. Before we get started, go ahead and like this video, please. Comment, let me know you're here. And we'll get started about Facebook ads, how to drum up new business. If you're new, some things that you can do to get your business off the ground. And we'll talk even a little bit about pricing. So go ahead. I'll type in here first. Just get going. Oh, I spelled everyone wrong. Which I know how to spell. Alright. There I go, misspelling it again. Alright. Hey everyone. Alright. So we're just gonna wait just a little while because I think I went live a little right on the dot, right at 8:30. So give people a little bit of time to get over here. But while we're waiting on everybody, we can just go over some things. So I have some great videos that are up if you haven't seen it already. I know I get a lot of questions about chip bags. I actually have 2 videos on chip bags. I have one in Canva, one in Design Space. I prefer Canva, but I guess if you're starting, I think maybe Design Space the easiest. But with Design Space, we have limitations with the sizes. So those chip bags come out so small. So that's why I started doing them in Canva so I can have full size chip bags, and I love it. And I do everything from this. Okay, I do everything from this, and I just print it out or whatever. So yeah. So also I have the Capri Sun video. So if you want to learn how to do that, the Capri Sun is like my highest viewed video. I'm at 6,000 views on that video, so that's pretty cool. And if you don't have a chip bag holder, I definitely have a video on that too. So you can go check that out and learn how to build your own chip bag holder from home. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started and just talk about Facebook ads. Okay. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask the questions that maybe you have. But I'll just go from my experience. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I started off with just doing kids party, my original business, and my baby to today, even though she's evolved over these years. 8 years ago, I started. Hey, Tiffany. Um, 8 years ago, I started a business called She's So Spoiled Kids Spa. Honestly, I was at work one day and I was just like, I'm so sick of being here. And so after work that day, I'm from a small town though. So I'm from a small town, Monroe, Louisiana. After work that day, I went and searched for a building, literally searched for a building. When I got my business license, got the building inspected. We have issues with that, but we worked through it. And She's So Spoiled was born. So we did a kids spa. And when I first started, there's a lot of things I didn't know about. One thing I did know about before you even get to Facebook ad is search engine optimization. I put my website everywhere. So I got a website done and I put my website on every search engine. I made sure I had a Yelp account, I had a Google account, a Yahoo account. I made sure I submitted my website to everything. So when you were in Monroe and you Googled kids spa, I was going to come up. So that's some of the groundwork that you might want to do even before you get to the Facebook ads. At least have a Facebook business page, before you get started. Just at least have that out the way and some pictures, okay? So fast forward a couple of years, I learned about, I want to say a couple of years, maybe a year, I learned about Facebook ads. And in the beginning, really, I probably was just throwing money away because that's how you learn, right? So I got in there and I just started creating Facebook ads. And I'll share my screen and I'll show you what my Facebook page looks like. And so we can go through that. But I just started creating Facebook ads and trying to drum up business, trying to get people interested in what I was talking about. Let them know about birthday parties. And I used to do girls' night out on Friday night for the kids to come. And so I would do a Facebook ad to drum in business to have people there. Okay. So some things that I've learned about Facebook ads. Number one, targeting. Okay. So I did this a lot when you watch any type of marketing video. Know who you're targeting to, because all I knew is I wanted people in Monroe that had a little girl. That's how I was thinking. People in Monroe with a little girl to come to my kids' spa. And so when I went on there, I just put Monroe, Louisiana, and I just let it go. But the great thing about business is, well, if you just started, you don't have this yet. But like what I used to do is, like, I used to come in and sign their kids in, I'll ask them, how did they hear about me? Then I ask them where they lived. And so what I noticed was certain areas near me came in more. Like I had a high number of people from Calhoun coming to my kids' spot. So that should tell me something, like maybe this is an area where people have the disposable income to be able to afford my services. Maybe I did a great job for a party in Calhoun and these people are being referred back. So I was looking at the information that I was able to get for my birthday party. So that's very important. With people that you work with, ask them where they're from, ask them how they heard about you. You're trying to figure out, if you're doing it from the back way, which I was doing it, who is my ideal customer and how do I reach them? Okay. So another thing that I know. So number one, you want to know who your market is. When you go, I really need to just show you guys. All right. So let me go to my Facebook page. Let me share my screen so I can show you. Share. All right. So let's go to Facebook. Done. All right. Let's not read that. Look at this thing all slow. All right. And it's still there, people. All right. So it's all my little personal business out there. All right. So let's go to my Facebook pages. All right. And we're going to go to Melissa's Cricut Creations. All right. So if y'all haven't checked out that video, make sure you go check that out. All right. So here. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to boost this post with the DIY drinks. The number of reasons I wouldn't boost this, because like, why would people just add? I don't know. I think that's a pretty good thumbnail. They might click on that. But let's go to an actual post. Okay, so TP setup. So this is some things that you need to learn when you're doing. So it reached 13,000 people. Post engagement 2,000. Page like 28. All right. So this is the last 28 days. All right. So the reasons I wouldn't use this as an ad. Number one, it doesn't what we want, it doesn't tell you anything. It just says TikTok TP setup. So it's like, oh, okay, that's cute. That's what people will look at that and say. It doesn't say I need you to click me. It doesn't tell me how much my services cost. It doesn't even tell what I do. It just says it's a TP setup. So if I'm a customer, I'm looking at that, I go, oh, that's cute, but it's not telling me anything. Okay, so this would be a bad ad. All right. So these are all right. So I like these type of ads because for me, these type of ads work best. Number one, have a price in your ad. I know some people probably gonna say don't do that. I'm just telling you what works for me. So when I first started doing ads, I wouldn't put a price, right? Because that's all I always told. Let them call in and get the price. Let them call in and get the price. Yes, you can have a website also, but you can at least put starting at, so you're not like linked into anything. And so I like to have a price because with the price, if you're like me, I won't even call people or click on anything if I don't know if it's even in my price range, right? So if I have a price in it, I feel like it drives my inbox so much more. I get so much more engagement and people are actually inboxing me and asking me about that. All right, number two, a call to action. Now, you don't have to have your phone number on here. No one calls, I'm be honest. No one ever calls. They inbox. I just put it out there because I prefer to talk to people. I like to talk to people because if you talk to people, they like you. They want, you can follow up with them. You have their number, and if they're avoiding your phone call, they're not going to do it, right? So I like that. No one ever calls. They always inboxes, but I throw it out there to let them know I'm welcoming. You can call me. It's fine. So also, you want to tell them what you're going to do for you. Let us do all the work. You don't have to do anything. You can just show up. Make your slumber party dreams come true. So, basically I'm telling you, like, if you book me, I set up and I clean up. All you have to do is show up, And so I say, so 3 parts to your, let's go back to the other one. 3 parts to doing this is make sure you have a call to action. I say put in a price, at least a starting price, because I feel like it makes people feel comfortable to contact you because they know you have something that they can afford if you give them a starting price at least. And call to action, a starting price. And I say videos, even though that was a picture. I think videos, but they won't let you put multiple videos in there. Videos do really, really well because people get to see it in action. So like if you have a video of your product, if you can record yourself or record it at a birthday party, I think videos do really, really well. Okay. And they will come in. So what do you do once? So you have your picture or your video, whichever you want to use. You're going to have your call to action and you're going to tell the benefit of your product and you're going to put that in the ad. When you go, I guess I should have stayed over here. When you go, let's try to boost it. You might act funny because I'm trying to do something, but let's say I want to boost this. When I boost it, I have a lot of demographics in here. Change it out because I cater to multiple markets. So you can pay how little or how much you want to. So if I wanted it to be 5 days and my total budget of $25, okay. So I made a mistake. So if I want to do 5 days and my total budget of $30, it's going to end on May 15th. I mean, you know how much money you have. And I say it is better. What I have learned, it is better to do. So if you only have $30, it's better to do a longer ad for a short period of time. So like let it grow with momentum. So if you're doing $30, what I'm saying is don't do one day for $30 to try to push the ad out really quickly. Go ahead, still do your 5 days for $30 because it's about repetition. People have to see you over and over again before they make a decision on whether or not they're gonna purchase your product. So you want to stay in front of your customers. Remember, most people have to see something at least 10 times before they act on it. So I would go with, if you don't have a large budget, if you only have $30 you want to use, I would do 5 days for $30 instead of 2 days. And you think like, ooh, $15 each day is gonna push it more. But you want the repetition of it constantly being shown to your customer. You want them to get familiar with seeing you. You want them to get familiar with your brand and your name. So think long term. And even if you have a small amount of money, spread it out. Don't put it in one day. So even if you can only do $5 a day, that's still good. And you just can keep doing it over and over again until the people start recognizing you, until they need your services. So my audience details. So I wanted people that are living in close to the area that I'm in right now. So Arlington, DeSoto, Grand Prairie. So like Keller was the new area I wanted to try out. So I added Keller just because I know how much they make in Keller and how much they can afford. So I added Keller just as a test city to see how well they do. Okay. So when they show my ad, they're going to show my ad in those areas. I changed the date. I mean, I really probably could go up more. I changed it to 22 to 65 because how many 18-year-olds do we know that have kids old enough to do this party? And if they do have kids old enough to do this party, can they afford to pay for a kid to do this party? So that's what I try to keep in mind. Like my average parent is usually between the ages of 35 to 55. So those are really, my target. But you know me, I'm over here YOLOing. So then you can pick. It'll only send it to people who like your page or people who like your page and their friends and people in your local area. You can just customize it how you want to. Oh, your pixels, you would put that on your website. And they were paying directly through the ad. You would do that. And it's always going to go on Facebook and Instagram. If you have an Instagram account, it'll show it to both markets. Okay. So then from here, you'll create your new ad, press boost now, and they have to approve it, which they want the money. So as long as now what they want to prove, let me not say that because they will deny your ad. They won't approve an ad that has like a flyer in it. Anytime it's like your own personally made flyer. I don't know if they got something new. They've never approved any of my flyer ads. So it's like you have to go make it look like a real post, a Facebook post, and then try to boost it, and then they'll approve it. It usually doesn't take long because they don't mind taking your money. I don't know if because I've had my account for so long, if this is how they do it just with me or if everybody account is like this. But normally you basically do an ad today and they won't take the money out to the end of the month. So, so you could do one today and make sure you have the money in by the end of the month and they'll take it out. But I don't know if because I've been doing it for so long, the reason they let me do that, or if it's standard with everybody. But for ads, for me, it always generates. And that's one thing you want to make sure you're right now. Is it for every person that contacts me, how many people book? And what's your goal? How much did I spend? Because now when you book, you got to think about it like this. When you book a party, you can't just think like, oh, let's say you book a chip bag party and it's going to end up being $250 for everything that they order from you. Now you got to take into consideration, like I paid $30 to boost an ad. So, that's a part of how much that costs. I paid this for my website. I paid, you have to calculate this in your prices when you have to calculate it in your prices when you, hold on. I'm a parent, I'm telling you. But see, now another one has started. Now, see, my daughter and my nephew both live here, so it's one party. But yeah, as I was saying, so remember to calculate these things in your expenses. So my tips for you with Facebook ads are engaging. Make sure it's a nice picture. Make sure it's fun. If you have a video, that's 10 times better with no music, of course. Maybe the kids talking or something. Create one. If you have kids, go create your own video. It'll be fun. Or, that, kids will give you that wow. That's what you want, Go ahead and create. Have a call to action. Make sure you know how you benefit your customer. So if you're like advertising chip bags, say, why not, make your child's day and add her picture to her treats, because that's what I get all the time when I do those chip bags. Oh, she was so happy to see her face on the chip bag. She was so happy to see her face. She has her own chips, da da da. So like, put that into words. Make your daughter's day and get her own chip bags. I mean, I know you can do a better job to wording that than I just did, but create an ad around what people tell you about why they like your services, and so that it'll catch people attention. Take your party from nice to to wonderful. Like I said, I know you can do way better than I can. But sit down, think about what are you doing with your services. Here goes those little people again calling my name. What are you doing again? What you're doing with your services and put it into words. How am I benefiting the customer? What am I doing? Take the decorating away. Let me come in and help you. Figure out a way you're helping your customer. Put it in your ad. I say add at least a starting price. I feel like when I don't add a price on it, I don't get as many inboxes. I don't get as many inboxes. I'm sorry, I keep muting because I'm yelling at the kids. I don't get as many inboxes if I don't add a price to my ad. Oh, another tip is also set your inbox up where it's an automated message. So once they respond to your ad, it says, "Thank you for contacting such and such. What are you interested in today?" or whatever yours is. I don't know what mine is. Let's go back. Mine says, I can look on my phone while we're here. I think mine says something like, sorry. Mine says something like, "Thank you for contacting Melissa's Cricut Creations." It's some automated message. And then when I come in, I have a script for myself. So I pretty much come back and say the same thing. "Hi, my name is Melissa. How may I assist you today? Are you interested in our TP parties?" And then they'll tell me, "I'm interested in your TP parties. I'm interested in painting, da, da, da." I was like, okay, great. So I like to ask 3 questions before I actually give them pricing. Just because I'm trying to build a rapport, I'm trying to use their name. So like we're friends or something. So I'll say something like, "Is the party for a boy or girl?" They say, "Girls." Like, "Okay, what's her name? What's the birthday girl's name?" and let's just use Tiffany names. They'll say Tiffany. And I was like, okay, great. How is Tiffany turning? Oh, this will be so fun. So for Tiffany, we have, and this is what I type. And sometimes what I really like to do is to get them on the phone. So I'll say, is there a good time I can contact you? Can I call you? But if you prefer to do it online, do it too, because I book both ways. Because some people don't want to talk. So some people I don't talk to until I show up at the birthday party. I'm like, I'm Melissa. And then, shake and do all that fake stuff. But no, I really enjoy meeting people and stuff. But, you got to be extra happy and stuff. So that's different. But yeah, like come up with a script and stick to it. It works for me. So after I say their name, oh, Tiffany's going to love it. And this is what you'll need. And okay, how many girls do you think you have at the party? Okay. Now, do you have space? Because, I tell them how big the TPs are. Okay. Oh, awesome. What theme are you looking for? Oh, that'd be so cute. She's gonna love it. So this is what we normally book. These are our packages. And like I said, I'm like, now is there a time that I can call you? And that way we can go through all this stuff, And I'll say when I was in Monroe, I had more people to call me. It's like in Texas, everybody just want to do it through the inbox. And I don't know if the pandemic has messed everybody up so they don't want to talk to each other no more. I don't really know what the driving factor to that is. But I always offer to call because that's just that person. Hi, this is Melissa. I was calling you from Melissa's Quick Creation about our TV parties. Okay, what date were you interested in? Okay, put that down. Okay, and what theme were you thinking about? How old is she going to be? Oh, wow, she'll love it. Let me tell you about our TP parties. And then you just have your script. So, I know a lot of y'all coming from Melissa's Quick Creation, so y'all are probably doing like chip bags and stuff like that. So easily you can just change the script to, okay, what are you interested in? Okay. So now this is what we offer. And, in the beginning, you might want to even ask them their budget. Not that you're going to change your prices, because you're not going to change your prices. It's that you can fit into their package what they can afford. So if they're saying they need 50 treats and they only want to pay, don't get me going off the top of my head because I can't do the numbers off the top of my head. But, Airheads are cheap to do because you get those in bulk. Like, start thinking of candies that are very inexpensive if they want a lot for a little. Just let them know, like water bottle labels, stuff like that. Like, that's what you're going to start. Okay, we can do a couple of water bottle labels. We can, and to cut costs, okay, with those water bottles, especially when you're first starting off, to cut costs, do not use the sticker paper. Just use regular printer paper and double-sided tape. And if you're just trying to get your work out there, to cut costs, that's what you can do in the beginning. And that way you can get your work out there. You can find, even with them chip bags, like I'm telling you, like they don't know, okay? They don't know about the glossy paper. They don't know about that stuff. That's something that we love because we're comparing ourselves against other crafters. But it looks just as good on plain paper, So like when you're first starting out, like that's what you want to do, and that's the way you can put together a package to keep the price down until you build up your clientele. But also, like I said, stick to your prices. I mean, your prices, what your price is, what your price is. So just stick to your prices. Do not be discouraged because people are telling you no. Because remember the 1 to 10 rule. Only one person out of 10 is going to tell you yes. So when you hear 8, 9 no's, just know I'm that closer to my one yes. Don't let it get discouraged. Don't make it think that, oh, it's because of my price. It's not. People will pay it. You just gotta get through the people who are just inquiring just to inquire, and people who really want your services. Because I mean, I've been told that I'm on the higher end by other crafters, not people but when people call me about prices, they ask me how much it is. And I just say my chip bags are $3.50 a piece. How many do you need? And that's just it. And they go, okay. And I give them 12. I multiply by 12, and there you go. I give them prices. So stick to it, smile through it. Yeah, I promise she's gonna love it. Send them a picture of it with your logo on it because they'll print it out themselves. Send it to them, and I promise you, like you're gonna get those customers. So, do y'all have any questions for me on Facebook ads? I hope I answered everything. Make them engaging. I say put a price on the videos. Work the best. Make sure you know your market and your target market so you can adjust the age and all that stuff. I think that if you start now, you're gonna get somebody that needs your services. There's always somebody having a birthday. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about our industry, and it's a happy time. We got baby showers we can do, birthday parties, christening, all that stuff, gender reveals. It's always usually I did do some for a funeral one time, but yes, I did show you. I can share again. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. If you see something you're supposed to see, let's just pretend like it ain't there. Share screen. There we go. Share. All right. So this is an ad I was saying that I did and that I had a lot of engagement. So it's just a regular Facebook post, and I just want to get large. But this would be an ad, and this is what the back. Okay, this is what this is. This is what the back end looks like when you click on it. So let's go up one. Yes, let's exit. All right, so this will be Melissa's Cricut Creation. Party starting at $250. Like I said, you want to always make, well, for me, okay, I'm not going to say what you want to do, but what works for me is having some type of pricing in there so people know that is there even a chance I can afford your services, okay? Because other people probably look at what you do and go, oh, I know that's expensive. So they might not even contact you, right? So you can just say packages starting at, just let them know, I do better when I put a price on there. A call to action, call today, 214. No one ever calls, they just inbox, but I just like to have a call to action and tell them what you're going to do for them. So this is an ad I did. You see it reached 6,831 people, 1620 engagements. Oh, whatever. So it was pretty good to me. And 13 comments, but I had 1 million inboxes. And I still have people inboxing me from this ad. And I just put all my different TP parties and pictures. Like I said, videos do better. So if you want to go to the back end, I'm going to say boost again so I can show you. So this is what the back end looks like. And then you can tell what area, the age that you want the people to be, who you want to see your ad. And then it gives you your budget. So as I was saying earlier, if you're picking a budget, I say go for longevity. So if you only have $25, I know it seems like it's not a lot of money to spread that over days, but I would go for 5 days for $25 instead of just trying to do $25 in one day, because you want your ad to be seen over and over again, okay? You want to make sure that you're being put in front of people again and again, and then just as you get money, you can add on to the ad. And then that's your total budget, but you can go up and down. And even if you do decide to do $200, right? And maybe it's much higher than you see. Look, they already know I don't go $500. But let's see. Maybe you decide that you're in the middle of this and your tire blows out and now you don't have the money for a $50 ad. Well, while it's running, you can actually go in and pause it, and then they'll only charge you for whatever it is they've already the engagement you've already received. Like they won't just charge you the whole 50. They'll charge you for however much that you've used. It's going to go to Facebook and Instagram. I don't know if I think they're owned by the same people now, but yeah, it's going to go on your Facebook and your Instagram. And then you press boost now. They have to approve it. And they say up to 24 hours, but it never really takes that long. And then that's your ad. Now you can do, they don't, I've never had it approved. I used to put flyers on here, but they say it's too much text in your ad. And so they've never approved a flyer for me. So that's why I just do it like a regular page post. That's why I do it like thank you. I do it like a regular page post and it just boosts it. Because when you put an actual flyer on there, I've had mine rejected. So I don't do that anymore. But yeah, so that's it. You pick your price. You go back there, you pick your areas that you want. Like I'm in the Arlington area in Texas, so I always do Arlington, like the surrounding cities to me. Like I said, I tried out Keller because I know the income levels in Keller. So I was just trying to get, in that area, see what I could do. And so I just tried it out or whatever. But I knew my area, I knew what I wanted, and I knew what age. Like I said, my average parent is about my age. They're about, I'm 30. They're like 35 to 55 or whatever. And so, I'm not going to advertise to 18-year-old because they're not likely to book a party with me. But yeah, so those, and then it lets you go even deeper. Like once you click on it, go in it, it'll ask you questions like, do you want people that, because like when, I did a little bit of everything. I had a cheer team, so I could put that in as an interest. Cheer as an interest. You can go in and do it. So yeah, that is it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and I think you guys can master it. So I want to see some of your ads. That's what I want to see. I want to see what y'all come up with, how it works, if it works or whatever. I want to see your ad. So in the group Boss Beginners, make sure you let me know if you did an ad. Screenshot it for me and post it, and let me know how it went. We can reconvene and talk about how it went. All right. So this is the end. I want to thank you guys that came on and shared this, fly by night chat that I had. And all right, till next time, guys. Stay crafted.